What? Ow. What? Why do I always manage this? Anyway, welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Boom Supersonic's Overture. So, let me try not to get copyrighted and do the video. Please don't copyright me.
Look back to last time we had a speed up that was accessible to everyday people was really the 1960s. We went from propeller aircraft to the jet age. And what we found was the flights got faster, but more people went more places more often when flights were faster. And so just the same way we needed more jetliners than propeller aircraft, I believe we're going to need more supersonic aircraft than subsonic aircraft. So one, that means we're going to have to build a whole lot of these, and Boom ultimately will need to be bigger than Boeing or Airbus to fill that demand. But also it means we have to have great stewardship for what the world looks like when there are a whole lot of supersonic airliners flying. And so that comes down to a couple of things that are big responsibilities for us. First is noise impacts to communities. So these Symphony engines are medium bypass turbofans, and it's a massive leap forward versus the afterburning turbojets that we had for Concorde in the 1960s. These are cleaner, quieter, dramatically more fuel efficient. And what that means is if you live near an airport and you hear that Overture service is coming, you get to be really excited because now you're able to fly supersonic. You don't have to worry about your windows rattling. So it'll be as quiet as any other airliner flying today. And 18 months later, we are now to the combustor, every single piece of this we're going to test.
3 years of the last supersonic airliner, who better to ask than a former Concorde pilot?
A supersonic aircraft is so much more complex than an ordinary subsonic airplane. In fact, it takes a pilot 6 months to learn to fly Concorde as opposed to 2 months to learn to fly a conventional airplane, because there is so much more to it. It's not so much difficult as complex. But the beautiful thing about the Overture is the designers are bringing together modern technologies and safety systems and making it even easier to operate, safer to operate, simpler to operate, so that 2 pilots can do what 3 people did on Concorde. We don't need a flight engineer. All the systems can be handled by the pilots sitting in their seats using this wonderful new display system. One of the things I was often asked was, what do you feel like going through the sound barrier? Well, the answer is nothing, because the designers are so clever, they made it so smooth. Unless you look at the indicators inside a Concorde cabin, you wouldn't know you're flying at twice the speed of sound. That was the beauty. The designers made it such that it was a real, normal experience. You're just twice as high and twice as fast. Apart from the 2 nudges of acceleration as you go through the sound barrier, nothing, which is a really clever thing. The real thrill is buying back time, arriving before you leave, crossing the Atlantic so quickly, traveling at Mach 1.7, you're going twice as fast as a conventional airplane. It opens up so many more new routes and new potentials.
What's the relationship between the pilot and the airplane? Should pilots be able to have full control over the airplane, or does the automation take control? And so what we wanted to do is leverage really 40 years of progress in technology and build an all-new flight deck that is the best and therefore safest and simplest way to fly an airplane. So in this flight deck, what you'll notice is there are a very small number of physical controls, and instead we've got 4 large touchscreens. And every single feature on the airplane is accessible on the touchscreen. So you want to go pull a circuit breaker? Great, tap, 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 as an example. And if we think of a new feature, something that would make the airplane better, we can ship an over-the-air software update to the flight deck, and it'll get upgraded just the same way your smartphone or computer would be after it's shipped.
Well, guys, now we're going to have Apple.com in the air. What do you think about that? And I keep managing to rip my headphones out of my ears. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will hopefully not be ripping my headphones out of my head. I'll see you guys in the next video. I just did it again. You gotta be kidding me. Bye. Let's go supersonic. Pause.